Hello, everybody. Happy Labor Day. This is another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. Cyborg couldn't be here with us today, but we got Ryan.
Yo.
And we have Miss Megan. How are you, my dear?
Oh, I'm just delightful.
We are living off of fumes and dark roast coffee right now, baby.
That is for sure.
Everybody at the table has coffee. We're ready to rock and roll.
And it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
And it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. You know, it's round 2 for the day.
That's right. Oh, man. Hopefully I get a round 2 dump. That'd be cool.
Oh, wow.
A little forward. Sorry.
Yeah, but science.
I haven't had mine yet, so.
Right. I just don't want that because then the room's going to stink and I'll have to get some Ford Supply. This episode of the Alter Ego Podcast is brought to you by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men. Visit their website at fordsupply.com and order online to use promo code Alter Ego to get 10% off your order. Ford Soap, real soap. No bullshit.
None.
They are doing a sale right now. I'm going to turn this back up because I just wanted to rock to the Ford Supply.
Let's do it.
Oh, man. They are doing a weekend sale, and I can't find it. Here it is.
25% off.
Yes.
I could have told you that.
Labor Day sale. If you're listening to this right now, 25% off your entire order when you use promo code Labor Day at checkout. Free U.S. shipping on all orders over $30. Free Weekender, lime, and eucalyptus soap bar with all orders over $50. So, 25% off your order. Use promo code Labor Day. If you go over $30, you get free shipping. Aw, the music. Hold on.
There you go.
But you get a free Weekender, which is lime and eucalyptus soap with all orders over $50. Okay, that's enough of that.
Completely worth it, too.
Yeah, but speaking of that dump, you know what else gives me a dump?
Wow.
Tony Anello's. Because of all the garlic. Tony Anello's Southern Italian Cuisine Grill is a hidden gem that is family-owned and operated at the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway, South Padre Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyAnellos.com. We will be there on Friday for our anniversary.
Sometimes I sit here and think, to myself, do we talk too fast? And then I'm like, wait, this ad has been running since the dawn of time.
But then Megan, Megan reads the ad and he's like, that wasn't fast forward.
Yeah. Happy Labor Day, guys. I hope you're having a great time. Hope you're out there relaxing. Hope you haven't made the grievous mistake to not be listening to us on Labor Day and have to miss out on that sale from Ford Supply. Oh, we've got some good news today, I think. And I'm sad that the Cyborg's not going to be here with us because the heavy hitter today is DC Comics. Ooh. They are the big one. They are the one I'm excited to talk about. They're the ones I want to get into. We're also talking video games, some TV and movie news, a little bit of Marvel, not a lot of Marvel, and then it's straight into DC. Okay. So let's start with video games. And I thought this was kind of an interesting topic. It's about a country to the far east of us, China. China has gone in their country and mandated a 3-hour weekly video game limit for children. Those under 18 will only be allowed to play from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as all public holidays. This is meant to stop them or try to combat gaming addiction over there in China.
I am so proud to be an American.
Yeah?
They also banned non-manly men.
What does that
happened today?
Wait, is that true?
That's a real thing. China says, don't you be a little bitch.
And get some Ford Supply. So
that's actually, I literally was just reading it. It's not alter ego related though. But
okay, so then we'll skip on to that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
Just
but I just thought video games in general, first of all, I don't think it's the government's job to regulate that.
Or
whatever they do.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think that falls squarely on the parents. But I just thought it was interesting. There are some kids who could benefit from something like that, but I think that's a small number. Although I don't know how the economy or whatever it is over there of gamers in China and how bad it could be. But if it's this bad to where they're mandating 3-hour weekly video game limit, I mean, wow. They're giving you only an hour on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'd move.
That's wild.
Would you?
Absolutely.
What about your parents who don't know anything about video games and don't really care?
Could care less.
Or is this going to be like the new drinking, right? Like kids used to be wild about like they wanted to couldn't wait till they were 21. They were sneaking around to drink. And then when they were 21, they went crazy. So now are they going to be like, video games? Can't wait till I turn 18. I can play video games all night.
So how do they even enforce this?
That's my next question.
Yeah.
Maybe is it like your IP address or whatever? You can't play online for only an hour?
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, is an IP address ever associated to anybody under the age of 18? Usually it's all like adults and emails and shit like that. Like how do they modify it?
I guess they're looking at your child's profile. So like,
then
obviously
they could play on their parents' profile.
I mean, if their parents wanted them to, I understand why. I don't think it's their place or it's right for them to do that. But at the same time, I don't know how they're going to regulate that, how they're going to get these parents or people to stop playing video games. But I thought that was interesting.
I don't know if that was me, though. 9:01 on a Friday afternoon or Friday night. I turn on the Trick Daddy. I'm a thug and just keep playing.
And then all of a sudden, you just see this red beam coming out of your TV.
Boom.
And all of a sudden,
Done.
You just start hearing the Chinese SWAT team outside of your door. And then before you knew it, everybody was kung fu fighting.
And I'm arrested in handcuffs for playing too much video games.
Yeah, for playing Monster Hunter.
What are you in for? Well, man, I had to finish this quest.
Well, what are you in for? I didn't hit the save spot in time.
That's ridiculous, man.
PlayStation. So let's move over to Japan. PlayStation is promising a summer showcase happening on 9/9/2021. So September 9th, they're going to have a 40-minute presentation that promises a sneak peek at the future of the PS5.
You mean like as in PS5s that people don't have?
Yeah.
So we can't get our hands on them?
I was going to say, didn't that come out a year ago?
Yeah, it's been a while, but these newer consoles are historically hard to find.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switches that came out, 6 years ago? It feels like a long time.
That's a manufacturing thing. That's because of COVID.
No, Switch has been all around before COVID.
I know that.
And it's still hard to find.
That's a manufacturing
you guys say that,
problem.
and as I put in the chat the other day, I went to went to Walmart.
Yeah.
There's tons of them.
I think it's one of those things. They're
Tons of
getting them in bulk because, like, the same thing happened last year with getting TVs. It's a manufacturing problem when it comes to either the manufacturing side or the shipment side, and that's all because people are either getting sick or they're just whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
And please stop paying ridiculous amounts for those goddamn things.
That only makes it worse.
It makes it so bad for us.
That's a couple things, too. Like, there's a video game that's coming out, Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a PlayStation exclusive. Very widely popular. A lot of people liked it. I actually watched a streamer play a bit of that game. Dado, who does Destiny.
Destiny, yeah, I know that.
But he was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, this game looks pretty cool. If it was out on Xbox, I would probably have played it. I know you played it.
No, I haven't.
I thought did you have access to it or something?
I bought it for my brothers.
That's what it was. Did your brother play it?
Yeah.
What do you
both
think?
of them played it, and both of them loved it. Well, one of them would have loved it, unfortunately, when it came with the DLC. He, shortly after he started the game, ventured into the DLC, and unlike being like, oh, this is too powerful for me, I'm going to turn back, my brother's like, nah, I'm going to fight through this. Ended up getting all the best gear out of it, max leveling because it was supposed to be late game content, and then he just walked through the entire game, and he was like, it wasn't that difficult. But
oh, shocker.
It was fun.
That's weird that you found all the best gear and didn't get a chance to fight through the tough content.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You're like that, too. You're the guy who runs into the tough guys, and we start wiping over and over and over again. You're like, I'm just going to try this 80 more times.
Yeah, well, no, it was an accident because the disc, the Frozen Wilds or whatever it's called, all you do is go to a different region. Like, it's unlocked because it came with his game, so
Right.
he didn't know any better. He just happened to go into that region and just get his ass kicked, and then my brother being my brother,
Yeah.
he ain't taking that, and he ended up beating that region. And then
So the reason I bring that game up is now there's next gen versions of that game, and people haven't been able to get the console. And one of the pretty common things that Xbox has done is said, "Yeah, we'll sell you we'll let you download the upgraded version to play with the better graphics, to play with the better system." PlayStation said, "Nah, buy the game again."
Yep.
Said, "Nah, you're not getting an upgrade from us. Just buy it again."
And that's another reason why I haven't started playing anything on PlayStation. Like, I wanted to go back and start playing like The Last of Us, and I was like, I want to play Last of Us 2 after that, and then I wanted to play Horizon. But I'm like, if I can't get my hands on a PS5, I only want to buy this shit once. I'm not going to pay for it twice.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And honestly, Last of Us is one of those games that if they brought out a remastered PS5 version of it, I would consider buying that.
A lot of people would.
That one and Last of Us 2, because it was a really fun game. And it was one, I've said this a million times, the only one that she really liked watching because it looked like a movie. But anyway, speaking of movies, there's a movie that's been in production, I think I saw with Sony Pictures since 2017. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Okay.
We just now got a...
Trailer?
No, not a trailer. That'd be cool. We just got images from the movie.
Oh,
and
can't
I
wait
saw
to
this.
see the images.
I saw this and thought to myself, is this a made-for-TV movie? Like, nothing against the Resident Evil franchise, but I saw it and was like, what is this?
I think this one has nothing to do with the franchise, though. I mean, the movies with Mila Djokovic or whatever.
No, it doesn't. It's nothing to do with that. These are strictly after the video game characters. But, honey, I've got this pulled up on the screen. Tell me that doesn't look like a couple of cosplayers.
Yeah. It looks like.
And it says it's featuring Leon Kennedy, who's one of the major characters. Claire Redfield, which I thought Chris Redfield. I'm not into the Raccoon City or the Resident Evil lore, so don't crucify me for it. Jill Valentine, to me, is the number one person in Resident Evil.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Jill was from the first one.
And then there's Albert Wesker. So Wesker, Chris Redfield, and Jill Valentine are the three that I was most familiar with.
Chris? I thought it was Claire.
No, it is. No, but in the video game, it was Chris Redfield.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Claire.
Was it really? Am I thinking?
She was a woman. Yeah.
Really? Oh my God. Am I that off on my Resident Evil knowledge? All I know is I liked Jill Valentine. She was one of my absolute favorites. She's the only character I played with, so maybe that's why.
Well, I'm thinking one isn't she? I don't know. I've never beaten or played one.
Yeah.
Could never get my hands on it back in the day.
So let me tell you, I was the kid who played that game, and I was not used to scary movies or scary games or anything like that. I don't know how in the world somebody convinced my mother, knowing who she was, to buy Resident Evil for me, because she's very religious person and very, she doesn't like certain songs. That's growth or whatever it is. And so I'm sitting there playing Resident Evil, and the first time I remember walking down a hallway and a zombie dog jumping out the window and fighting and panicking my way through that encounter, walking down to the end of the hallway, touching the doorknob and it going, "It's locked" from the inside. And little me went, "Fuck this. I'm done."
See, I was the opposite when I first got Resident Evil. I'll never forget that I had to play it pitch black, lights out, like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now
so
with
fun.
games like Left 4 Dead and some of the other zombie games, I'm into it now. But young me was not there for that. Speaking of zombie games and Last of Us has wrapped production on episode 1. Cool. No release date for the series yet, and I'm not going to sit here and post all the time when they say, "Oh, episode 2 released, episode 3 released," all the way through 10. Give us a trailer, give us something before we really dive into Last of Us. But I thought it was cool. They're really moving along. Is what I was thinking by picking that one.
I mean, after Walking Dead, how much more do you really need? Like, why make another zombie series?
Honestly, this is not really zombies. You played Last of Us, right?
No.
Yeah, it's not zombies.
Same concept, right? Same
Definitely
premise.
similar concept, but
Okay.
from what I understood, they were not zombies.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're pretty much almost zombies. You know what I mean? Like,
They're mindless.
exactly. That's what I'm saying is,
yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's the same TV show almost.
But this one is, I don't know. I get what you're saying. Walking Dead, I watched the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead and was done. I'm that guy. I'm gonna be that guy right now. I read the graphic novels, and then I started watching the show, and I was like, this is not good. I don't like it. But hey, they're still running strong after 10 seasons. Good for them.
The only good thing that came out of that series was Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker's been around before that series, man. What are you talking about?
I didn't even see him in anything else before that.
Gotcha. Yeah, he was in Slither. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in Mallrats.
I might have seen Slither.
Megan just went, like Mallrats was a big name
And
drop
Slither,
for her.
like, whoa.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hold
to me,
on to
he
your
didn't seem
hats,
to get
boys.
big
Yeah,
until
I
he
mean-
played the brother on Walking Dead.
Which,
Okay.
I mean, like,
That was a big role for him.
Yeah.
Walking Dead lost me after 99 million hours of the show.
Playing
and
Merle
then
Dixon.
Eventually, I was just like, this is just like, eventually, it was just the same episode, like, over and over again. I felt like.
Yeah, and the guy, I forget his name, Jeffrey Dean something, who plays Negan. He's been the redeeming quality of that show. He's so good.
He's one of the only, like, to
Jeffrey
me,
Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean
recognizable
Morgan.
faces.
Yeah, he is.
anymore.
Well, him and Daryl, who is Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Definitely Norman
Wasn't
Reedus
he
is
gone for a minute? Like, didn't he, like, come off? He was off the show for a little while.
No.
Not necessarily for, like, a full season, but his story arc was like he was gone or
don't
dead or something early.
No, but Rick has been gone for a while.
I really didn't.
Yeah, well, I didn't
watch
like
it
Rick.
too much. I mean, I
Wasn't he
watched
the cop?
it,
Yeah.
Yeah, he annoyed the hell out of me.
but I only turned it on like when I didn't want to actually pay attention to something. I put on The Walking Dead because I was like, I could give 2 fucks about this show.
Yeah.
It's just noise.
Exactly. And
Yeah. It didn't pull me back in. But anyway, let's move on from the zombie subject. So there's the movie, or not a movie, it's like an Apple series with Jason Momoa where he's blind. What is it? Do you know what it is?
no, didn't
Haven't
know
they
that was
been
a
like
thing.
recently
Yeah.
putting advertisements out for that?
They have been, and the series now is bringing in his brother, Jason Momoa's brother, who's being played by Dave Batista. And I was like, damn, that's cool. So now there is rumors of a buddy cop movie that's going to be starring Jason Momoa and Dave Batista. And I'm like, okay, interesting. Momoa says it's safe to assume that this movie is going to happen and that his phone has not stopped ringing since he pitched it. But here's my thing. When I think of a buddy cop movie, I like to think of like at least opposite styles or something different. Both of these dudes are massive and covered in tattoos. And I'm just like, how does this movie work? Do they both just beat ass for 90 minutes?
And I'm gonna probably an unpopular opinion. I think Dave Batista is the actual better actor. To me, I was just watching. I forget what I was watching the other day, or a trailer. It was a trailer for the new Netflix movie that Jason.
Yeah.
was in.
The one, Sweet Girl.
Sweet Girl. Yeah, and I'm like, bro, this guy's like the same in every role for the most part. Like he doesn't seem to have much range to me. Like
You like emotional depth.
like
Yeah.
every time I see Jason Momoa, it's just on big guy ass kicker. Like, I mean, come on.
I don't disagree with you, actually. I think Batista has shown some decent depth. He's had some bad roles where I'm like, what are you doing, Dave? But I just I don't know if Momoa's typecast. And the first movie
And I
he
think
was
he really
in was great. I thought he was good in Aquaman. Not a lot of emotion to be shown there, but I did like him in Aquaman. I think he's a bigger star currently, but Batista's knocking on the door. So for both of them to be in the movie, I'm interested to see what the dynamic could be.
He just plays Drax.
There you go. The literal cop who what if it's a buddy cop where all they do is sit around and do paperwork? You expect them to be huge and be busting criminals, and they're really like, actually, I got this guy on a zoning violation. I'm going to sit here and write him up. It's 40 pages of paperwork.
What if they're cops by day and then doctors by night?
Oh, God. The chaos that would ensue. I'm in for that movie,
Crazy.
though. I want to watch it. I don't care. I'll watch it. Speaking of Jason Momoa, Dave Batista, and big wrestlers and Netflix movies, Red Notice finally got a trailer.
What is that?
Red Notice is the one with Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Gal Gadot. So apparently, And here's another one. I think The Rock is getting typecast in certain stuff too. He's the FBI agent, and there's a red notice on Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, and he's the only cop that can bring them in.
Yeah.
I'm sick of I'm the only person that can do this.
Yeah.
It's just so old hat anymore. Not that you can't have this one super cop going after things, but stop telling me you're the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
Because that only one who could do it eventually calls in backup.
Right? That's actually what was refreshing about Nobody, which I watched a couple weekends ago. That one was pretty dope.
Yeah, I want to see Nobody. I heard it's pretty good.
It's pretty freaking good.
Good. 666 tight. Speaking of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, boy.
Jungle Cruise has already got a sequel in the works at Disney, starring Emily Blunt and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So, spoiler alert, both of them make it through the first one. Was anybody really thinking they wouldn't?
No.
God, when am I going to get that movie that's kind of like Executive Decision, where they're building up Steven Seagal and he dies in the first minute?
Few minutes, right?
When that happened, I was like, holy shit!
Me too. I was like, what kind of movie is
he
this?
coming
I
back?
remember looking at my dad and going, do you think he's hanging on to the wing of the plane?
Nah, fam.
He goes, I'm pretty sure he's dead, son.
You go.
And I was like, but that's Steven Seagal. Why would they kill their main guy?
Because he just wanted to make a bunch of money to be in a movie for 13 seconds.
I'm really ready for it, though.
Like, Steve, we're jumping on. We're taking over an airplane. There's no
Yeah.
karate scenes in this. He's like, oh, I'm out then.
Steve, you're not big enough to fit in the aisle and fight somebody. I don't know what you're talking about. My name's Steven Seagal. I can fight anybody anywhere. I'm ready to fight with Kurt Russell or anybody else who's on there. Sorry, is that my good Steven Seagal?
Yeah,
That's
it was
one
really
guy
good.
Who literally they say that's whenever he acts, it's not even acting. It's literally just him. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
my
he does
favorite is
all the
when he
time.
tries to act like, I don't know, urban or ghetto. He's like, come on, playa. What are you talking about? You want to get a hip toss, homie?
Those moments are always
What
so
are you-
cringe and
what
almost
you
everything.
trying to do? Okay, Steven, just chill, buddy. By the way, off topic, if you've ever seen Tom Segura talk about Steven Seagal, you know what I'm about to say. Just look it up. He is hysterical, and he tells a lot of great stories about Steven Seagal. But anyway, on to Paramount Pictures, pushing back 3 different projects right now. I think they said something about COVID affecting it. No, I don't know. But Top Gun Maverick has been pushed back to Memorial Day 2022. Really, honestly, a great place to get pushed back to for that movie.
Boo-hoo. Who cares?
Another Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 7, pushed back to February 2022.
No.
And Jackass 4, pushed all the way back to August of 2022.
Well,
Does that one hurt you?
no. I haven't seen a Jackass since like the first one.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah,
You're
I
really
know.
not. It's guys doing stuff just as stupid as you thought it might be.
Yep.
And laughing about it and laughing when you know they don't want to laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
They're laughing so they don't ruin the take. And I'm like, guys, you're not enjoying this. I know you. The only one enjoying it is Knoxville, which, by the way, the crew and Knoxville are getting sued by Bam Margera right now because he said that he was coerced into doing Jackass 4 and was coerced into signing the contract without his lawyer present. Interesting.
And you're a grown man, bro. Who
Yes,
coerces you
seriously.
into
So
signing
why didn't you say, hey,
contract?
guys, you know what? We've done 3 of these. I'm going to wait for my attorney, and we're going to sign it together. I'm so in. I'm ready. But, we're all in showbiz. We got to protect ourselves. Anyway, so Captain America, old Captain America, and Black Widow are getting back together. Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson working on a new action movie for Apple TV called Ghosted. I wonder what that's going to be about.
I think one of them swiped right on one, and they started to have a conversation.
And then
Chris Evans comes over, drills her, and then he just doesn't talk to her ever again.
right, she tries to hit him up the next day, and
That's
she's
it.
like, why can't I find him? Ghosted.
Whole thing.
And then she shows up at a Target and beats wholesale ass looking for him. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I'm 60% sure that's what it is.
60?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound very competent.
Well, that's none of your business.
Okay.
Let's move on to Marvel, shall we? Let's talk about a little bit of Marvel
Let's
news.
do it.
Did anybody get a chance to see All Hail the King, or was it just me?
I don't know what that is.
You were in the room when it happened.
Oh, I was in the room when it happened.
Oh,
yes, I did. I'm sorry. I forgot that. Yes, I did. I forgot that's what it was called.
So All Hail the King is a 15-minute short that's on Disney Plus right now following Trevor Slattery. Does that name ring a bell to you?
No, it does not.
He played the Mandarin in Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay.
Ben Kingsley.
The actor, yeah.
He's the guy who played really, really well, and then, you find out he's a druggy actor at the end. It's following him in prison, and he's being interviewed by somebody. This is being booked as something that leads up to Shang Chi. There's a reason for that. You should watch it because it is definitely straight into Shang Chi territory. If you don't recall, the 10 rings were what they noted in Iron Man 2. And it's the big reason I that's not fair. I didn't enjoy Iron Man 2 because I'm like, I wanted 10 rings. I wanted Mandarin. I wanted Mandarin, and I didn't get him. And the actual 10 rings makes an appearance in the short film. So I'm like, ooh, this is good. And so we get Trevor Slattery. The mention of the actual Mandarin is in this film. And another cameo that I was so happy to see.
I really liked it.
At the tail end, you see Justin Hammer in prison.
Talking shit.
He is talking shit about Pepper Potts and how he and Tony were equals, and his little prison assistant is trying to touch his hair, and he's like, go away, just go away. But it is so fun to see Justin Hammer still in the MCU because I have not had enough of him. I think the actor that plays Justin Hammer, whose name is...
I don't know.
Golly, I can't
Who
remember.
plays
I
Justin
love that actor. He's good in everything. Sam, oh gosh, what is it? Come on, somebody get me.
Justin Hammer is played by... Shit, I'm not...
Come on, you're killing me right now.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. He is so good in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He's great in Iron Man 3. No, he's in Iron Man 2. Yeah. Iron Man 3 is the one I didn't like with the Mandarin, not Iron Man 2. I liked Iron Man 2 a lot.
I was going to say Iron Man 2.
That one was really good. Mandarin is in Iron Man 3. My apologies. I think Justin Hammer needs to come back for the Armor Wars too. He was also good in Green Mile, Sam Rockwell.
Yeesh.
He's so talented, and I was like, man, if that's all they're going to use him for, what a waste. What a waste. But I'm going to calm down now because he's still around. Hopefully we see him back around.
So where did you see this? Because this is one of my beefs. That just popped up on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And if it has something to do with Shang-Chi, you think they would promote it a little bit? So.
Oh, they did. Ben Kingsley was at the Shang-Chi premiere, and they talked about All Hail the King on that.
Did we promote it on Alter Ego?
I don't see that. You know what I mean?
I think I shared something about it. I could be wrong.
We should, though.
I share a lot of things.
Yeah, because I had no idea that was a thing. I would have never watched it.
My boy, I don't know, Gears fans out there knew him the minute he showed up. But the actor that plays the Coal Train, Mr. Lester Spate, is in it as well. And he says, "What's up, Trevor?" As soon as he does, I was like, "That's the Coal Train! I knew it!" He looks good. He looks like he's lost a little bit weight, slimmed down a little bit.
He looks exactly like Coltrane is depicted.
So, and that's a little fun thing about Gears. So Coltrane originally did not have massive arms, and then Lester Spate came in to record, and all the developers were like, "Have you seen this man? His arms are enormous." And ever since they went in and saw him, they redesigned the character completely.
Like, oh, gosh.
They were like, let's make these arms freaking massive. There's even a comment about it in Gears 1 when you find these giant take-like creatures called boomers. One of the characters goes, "Hey, Cole, look, their arms are almost as big as yours." And he goes, "Huh, almost."
I love that character.
He's so fun.
Isn't when they stumble across him in Gears 1, he's like screaming and fighting some monster by himself?
When they find him in Gears 1, they think that the entire squad is fighting. And then it's just Cole against like 8 locusts, and all he's got is his pistol.
And he's pretty much like, "Let's fucking go!"
He's not even in cover. He's like, "Woo, come on, baby!" baby.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I love this guy. I want to play as Cole. But yeah, Cole's the man.
We derailed.
We did, but it was worth it, I think. But watch All Hail the King. It was really cool. Spider-Man No Way Home. We talked about it last week. We're talking about it again this week because there was a big fan theory that in the interrogation scene, somebody slams a folder down in front of Peter Parker, and they're like, that's Charlie Cox. Who's Charlie Cox, you say? That's Daredevil from the Netflix series.
Okay.
People
You got me.
obsessively were looking at someone's forearms and comparing them to the forearms of
That's
somebody in
weird.
Netflix.
That's
That's
kinda
weird,
weird.
guys. It's weird.
I also, to note, still have not watched that trailer, so I'm a week in here.
Me
of
neither.
my promise.
So Charlie Cox has come out and said, guys, it's not me. Okay? But if I was in Spider-Man No Way Home, I would say, guys, it's not me. I have a feeling he's in the movie because he's very non-committal about it. Here's the exact quote. I wouldn't want to ruin something either way, everyone, myself included, is just going to have to wait and see what happens. You don't know if you're in the movie right now. I'd be like, guys, I want to be in the movie as bad as you want me in the movie. I'm not in it. But I don't know what to expect out of Charlie Cox. I think we all want to see him. But I just thought it was so funny that the fans are like, look at those forearms. Look at that.
I know his forearms.
I know his forearms. I know how many calf crushers he does. Let me see those calves.
No.
But also, I like when you look at that character, if you look closely at the forearms they use in the image, like his belly is huge. I'm like, that's not Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is a little guy, but Marvel's known for stuff like this too.
Misdirection.
Right? I mean, how far is Hell's Kitchen from New York City
Not far.
for him to show up and defend Mr. Parker? I don't know. I'm excited. I want to see more. And then some sad news out of the MCU. Really sad news for me. A couple of our folks have commented. It's been kind of back and forth. There's been a little bit of a, oh, damn it. And some of the, oh, well, it'll be okay. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, has come out and released their rating. The movie will be PG-13. Guys, we've been over this. Why are you going to bring Carnage, maximum Carnage, somebody who's got a dozen, or he's got 11 life sentences, so might as well go for a dozen. Mr. Cletus Cassidy killed him because it's fun. This guy has killed infants. He's killed everything in the MCU, and we're going to give him the limit of one fuck per movie? You're not even going to let him, you can't see a lot of on-screen gore. There's just no way. It's PG-13. Kids can get into this movie. This needs to have been rated R.
I knew it was going to be that way. I mean, if they're
Yeah.
going to eventually tie it into the MCU and with Disney, there's no way. The only person that's keeping their rated R is going to be
Deadpool.
because he was there before that, and he's a big thing.
See, this
I
is
knew
the
that was
thing,
gonna
though.
happen,
I
though.
think this is a Sony property thing. I don't know why they would want to do it like that, but
More money. When they're PG-13, more people can see it. Kids are going to go to the movies. Most people don't take their kids to rated R movies for the most part. And it's a superhero movie or anti-hero movie. So everyone's going to be expected to go and see it.
so my question right now is, do you think Sony is holding back the newly dubbed Spider-Verse?
No.
No, you don't think they're holding them back and not giving them their true on-screen justice by putting them in PG-13 as opposed to letting them show their true rated R colors?
I mean,
We just got a man shark ripping a human being in half.
yeah, but that's DC.
Yeah, but that movie performed well.
It did.
It did, but it's also DC. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They're
That's
not.
James Gunn for you.
Yeah, it's not Disney. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna work with Disney, being Spider-Man and all of that,
You're gonna
you're
handcuff
gonna
yourself.
have to
Yeah.
exactly. And everybody knows that Sony wouldn't be much without the
So,
MCU.
do we think that the purpose?
You're absolutely right there. Go ahead.
And they know that. So for the money wise, they're gonna leave it that way so he can be tied in if they decide to do something with it down the line.
That's what I was going to say. Do we think that the purpose is not so much to like downplay it because it's under the Disney big umbrella, or do we think that it's because they want to tie the movies together in the future and they can't make them dark and then make them undark? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I don't know what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're gonna make Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool rated R,
1,000 miles per hour,
then you should continue to do that.
You don't sleep on Carnage. You're making a massive mistake.
Yeah, exactly. And so
it's my opinion.
Here's another thing. As far as intertwining, Ryan Reynolds right now, we've said it 100 times on this show, is the highest paid MCU actor right now.
Yeah.
And he gets to keep rated R?
Absolutely. Because, look, that's what made Deadpool. If that Deadpool movie would have been PG-13, probably wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
Period.
So why not follow the formula?
Because you just answered your own question in a way. Deadpool was something that was there before. And then after Disney bought him, no one's going to go see a PG-13 Deadpool movie. The next one has to be Deadpool 2 was rated R.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already got 2 established movies that are rated R.
Mm-hmm.
He comes into the Disney fold. You get to keep your rated R. You're Sony. You made the first Venom, which is rated PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think the second one was you don't jump? No, most of the time you don't jump from a PG-13 to an R.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think the rated R logo on that would get people much more hyped for that movie. And I think if you're gonna say it's okay for one, I get what you're saying. Staying from PG to PG.
I'm not saying I would want it to be rated R too. But my point is the fact that they already started that way, and that's the way it goes. We think with our hearts, they think with their
wallets.
So, I mean, let's be honest. Venom didn't necessarily kill at,
No, it didn't kill. You're right. You're right. Not here in the U.S. at least, not as much as it did in China and Japan and all that. But I think this movie, and I think the fans in general, are appreciating a true representation of their heroes anymore. Like we all want that. And I think, so here's the thing. You have those people who don't know much about MCU. And a lot of my friends do this now. They'll come to me and go, hey, tell me about this guy. I hear this movie's coming up. Tell me about him. I hear they're going to bring in Carnage. Who is Carnage? Why should I care? They're going to be bringing in Deadpool. Why should I care about Deadpool?
Because he's a merc with the fucking mouth.
Exactly. And that's where you're able to build the hype and they go, oh, so you think they're going to do a really good job with this? I want to see this.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Deadpool, when it first came out, I was timid, and I was like, eh. And then once I saw Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, I am fucking full send, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And he delivered on that, and I think that's a good thing. But that's where I'm saying, like don't get cold feet, Disney. You don't have to put them under the Disney banner. But come on now. But at the same time, we're talking to Disney. This is not a Disney property.
Yeah,
it's influenced. Maybe it's produced by Disney, or not Disney, but Marvel, which is Disney. But I think Sony is just, I don't know. They definitely don't care about any characters. The only one they want to do well is Spider-Man, and they're letting Spider-Man get run by Marvel.
And that's because that's the only one they've done well. And they technically didn't even do it well.
I enjoyed everything
MCU,
that Tom Holland's been in. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, to me, like I said, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Venom hopped off on the wrong foot to begin with out of Sony. It should have been something that was tied in with the MCU.
Yeah.
And started from there.
That's what everybody wants.
And to now, like I said, you're introducing a symbiote suit to Tom Hardy before they even met Spider-Man. Yeah. And then now you've got Carnage out of nowhere. I mean,
with a completely different origin.
Yeah, it's going to be a miss, and it's not going to be a 1-for-1. And I remember saying the same thing when you said it was going to be rated R. And I told you, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
it'd be PG-13.
I don't think I said it would be, or it needed, or it should be, but it needed to be.
Yeah, and then you're going to see all the gore and whatnot to really make Carnage. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, they should have. I think this is a big misstep. I'm still going to watch it. I'm still excited for it. I'm not as excited anymore. Yeah. Now my expectations have been neutered for this movie.
And curbed. And I knew that too. That's why I was never really hyped on the whole thing.
Yeah. One thing I don't have here, but it's another MCU bit, is the Blade director has been announced. It's a done deal. He's coming. He has put it out there in the interwebs on the social media land. Bassam Tariq, who is reportedly tapped to direct Blade, has confirmed he's joining the MCU to helm the upcoming Blade reboot starring Mahershala Ali, noting that Marvel takes big swings with their properties. He is saying that, what'd you say?
Vaporware.
I don't know what that is.
Not happening.
Oh, it is.
It's just been talked about for 48 years.
For sure. He's saying they're allowing them to have creative freedom with their writing. Let's see, man. I want to see Blade could get an R rating too right now. He could.
Under the MCU?
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at darker subject matter now. This is not Tony Stark, just the rich guy who flies around in the expensive armor suit. We're talking about vampires that are cutting people's heads off and destroying them.
That may be. But whenever you think of MCU, Disney's name is all over this, period. And Disney is Disney.
But that's why they own Fox, so they don't necessarily have to put it out under the Mickey ears. They could put it out under Fox.
They could.
And I would not bat an eye. They're not going to put out Predator under the Disney logo.
Nah.
See what I'm saying? They've got an out. They've got a way to do it.
Even if they're going to put out a Predator, we don't even know that yet.
They do. Yeah, they're going to put it out. It's called Skull or something like that. It's going to be a prehistoric Predator.
Oh, I think you did talk about that before.
So, anyway, let's take a really, really quick break, and then we're going to jump into the DC news that I'm so excited to talk about. But yeah, we're going to take that quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you so much for listening to those ads. I know it's a drain on your life force, but it helps us out. We appreciate you. It goes a long way for us. So thank you. You get a free hug from me if you ever bring it up. Let's talk about DC. DC has not been the headliner for what we talk about for quite some time. But they just dropped their trailer for DC Fandome, talking about the things they're going to be getting into on October 16th. So we got about a little over a month before we're going to get this. But they talked about they dropped a trailer for DC Fandome, and they said what is going to be featured at DC Fandome this year is The Batman, The Flash, Black Adam, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Peacemaker, Gotham Knights, which is the game featuring the Court of Owls where you can play Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, or Red Hood, Supergirl, the series, Batwoman, Titans, which is I think that's on HBO now still.
HBO Max,
HBO. Yeah. Superman and Lois, and the Batman Fortnite crossover, and then promised so much more. And
like a lot.
It is a lot. And I think it's weird that we don't see anything regarding Aquaman or anything regarding Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, that just finished wrapping up filming. You mean to tell me they don't have a trailer for that thing? Come on, I don't believe you.
Quick note on the whole Suicide Squad kills the Justice League thing.
Yeah.
They kind of put the plot right there in the title.
Of the video game?
Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Sorry. Forget it. I thought it was like an animated something coming out. I mean,
No.
obviously there's Flashpoint that could change everything.
It's a video game, and it is starring the Suicide Squad, and you are working through the story and killing the Justice League is
Gotcha.
what you're doing, because
Makes
they
sense.
have been taken over, or they have been mind controlled, and you need to now kill them.
Gotcha.
Which the first hero they show is Superman, and I'm like, okay, so this is a dumb game. You shouldn't play it.
Yep.
Because none of these Suicide Squad goons is going to last half a second against Superman in any freaking universe.
That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, please tell me Superman's going to be the final boss. Like, the first guy you meet is Batman. Like, he's beatable.
Right. He's somebody who could be beatable. He's a human. He's easy to get. You get Green Lantern in the wrong or in the right mood, you got him. Yeah. Wonder Woman's really tough. Flash, really, really tough. Superman, not going to happen.
Yeah. I don't see Flash happening either.
No, me neither. I think Flash is the most OP superhero of all time.
Yep. That's why I love him.
Yeah, me too. But what are we excited about? What do we want to see? What do we want to see from DC Fandome? Do we think we get a Black Adam trailer?
Well, for some reason, every time you see Black Adam, I just see like The Rock with a wig on. It's like the
Elvis wig on.
Most thing I'm most excited about is probably the game where I can play as the Red Hood.
Oh, Gotham Knights.
Yes, I've never played a Batman game.
Yeah.
At least for this newer generation.
You've never played Arkham Asylum or anything
Nope.
like that?
The last game I played that was Batman was on Super Nintendo, bro.
Wow.
Batman Returns.
I have got to go ahead and tell you, you made the comment that earlier before we press record that you were looking for something to play. You need to go to Game Pass or something and find one of those Arkham games and let it change your life. Those games are so stinking fun. It is free-ranged Batman throughout the entire city, which you can explore most of it. There are I think in one game I played, there are over 100 Riddler puzzles and clues that you can collect. There are factions from every single villain. There's a Two-Face side of town. There's a Penguin side of town. There's a Mr. Freeze side of town. You face the entire rogues galleries of villains, and you get to upgrade the Batmobile. You can upgrade the Batsuit. You can take things out in stealth, or you can go in there and just drop down in the middle of a room and fight everybody. It is one of the most crazy fun games to play. You really should check it out. I'm excited for The Flash. I kind of want to see more details. That one I'm kind of lukewarm on right now. But one that's kind of hot off the press that I'm really excited for is Peacemaker. I want to see where they're going to go with that. They show him in an old school American muscle car with the peace sign out, and his license plate says Peacemaker. I'm like, let's freaking go. I don't know, man. I'm excited for it.
Sounds a little Fast and the Furious to me.
Okay. I'm in. I don't play any Fortnite, so that one didn't really grab me, the Fortnite Batman crossover. But playing any video game that's a first-person shooter as the Joker would be interesting. I'm interested in the Gotham Knights one as well, but we'll see. But that's the DC fandom. I'm sure we'll go over that in detail when a lot more details come out.
For sure.
Yeah.
James Gunn has come out about the Suicide Squad movie. This one is kind of lame, but a lot of people asked us about it. He came out and said, one of the heroes is still alive. And I was like, okay, who is it? It's the detachable kid, Nathan Fillion's character, whose arms come off and basically just slap and play patty cake with people like 30 yards away.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we saw that he wasn't dead, but we didn't care that he was alive.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We don't care that he existed.
But moving on.
Don't disrespect Kate Six like that.
Poison Ivy has been cast for the CW's Batman. Did I write that wrong? I think I did. I think it's Batwoman.
I think it is Batwoman.
I was going to say they brought the Batman to the CW?
No.
Way,
That's
no
one of their
way.
biggest properties. There's no way that's true. Let me look. Batwoman, yes. It's a mistype there. Bridget Regan, who will play Poison Ivy on the CW's Batman, previously appeared on Agent Carter, Jane the Virgin, and White Collar. She looks familiar. I don't know why, but she does.
I thought the same. That she looks familiar of some sort.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Bridget Regan, Regan.
Reagan.
Yeah. But that's cool. All that's well and good. But I wanted to talk about a little bit of info that sort of leaked on the interwebs. I did say Bridget Regan, but the info that leaked on the interwebs was that a small group of people got a sneak peek at The Batman. They got to go to the theaters and sit down and watch this movie. There's a lot to unpack, a lot of things to talk about. So I don't know who this reporter was for comicbook.com or whoever it was, but it was his friends that got to go see it. I don't know if they are notable film critics or anything like that. One of them even came out and said they don't care about DC or Batman, but it's laden with profanity, some of these reviews. First of all, the movie was 3 hours long. It's an uncut version of it, 3 hours long. Cool. We've sat through long movies before. That I'm not too worried about. And the first quote is what got me. The Batman movie is a horror movie. Very graphic, very dark, very scary. Paul Dano is fucking crazy. So fucking scary. I loved every second. Paul Dano, by the way, is playing the Riddler in this film. Second one, regarding Zoe Kravitz, who plays Catwoman. I have a million things to say about Catwoman. She's my favorite. Holy shit. Definitely my favorite Catwoman. thoughts on the voice for Batman. They said it was perfect. I stopped trying to do the crazy thing. Batman meets so many people. There's nobody that's going to meet Bruce Wayne and go, oh shit, you sound like the guy that beat the shit out of me and broke both my collarbones and left me in an alley. So I think they're going to have his pretty normal voice.
You mean he's not going to talk like this the
whole time? Where's your lozenges? Where are your lozenges? You just know he's Batman because he shows up at the board meeting. He's like, hey guys, how's it going?
Because he spent a night of vigilanting.
I had a long night. Does anybody have some Powerade?
Or some tea. I need some hot tea, honey.
But they said, thoughts on the Batmobile. Holy fucking shit. That fucking slayed. Wow. I feel like I identify with whoever reviewed this movie. Here's the last one. And this is the one that got me. There's a scene at the end that literally had everyone screaming. Everyone gasped. It's like, no way. It was a big no way for everyone. This person then paraphrased, I don't give a fuck about Batman or DC. And I even clinched onto a knee and was like, shook. It's the biggest mic drop in this movie. And I was like,
I'm here for it.
Okay, Battinson.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm ready to see it. When does it come out?
I'm
not watching that.
We've talked about it. I gotta look.
I know, a million effing times. Didn't it move again
it was
to
supposed
like
to be October now?
March or
No.
some
You guys
shit?
are thinking of something different. I don't think the Battinson has been moved. Oh no, he has been moved back once. You're right.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year in October. Now it's.
I think he's relatively early next year.
It says October. Oh, October. Yeah, I was right. October 2021 and is now March 4th, 2022 due to series of production delays amid the ongoing coronavirus pandemic.
The Batman is now set for March 2022. So I will be there to watch it, Battinson. Don't move it back any further, though, okay? I don't want to get angry with you. But what do we think? What are our thoughts? I mean,
yes.
you said Ryan said you're not going to watch that. I think I'm ready for a very real Gotham City.
Same.
You can kind of sense that tone in the trailer with that poor bastard that says, "Who are you supposed to be?" and then gets every tooth knocked out of his mouth, and then gets a little extra sugar after he gets clearly knocked out. I think we're going to see a very gritty Batman. I think we're going to see a lot of death. And a lot of violent deaths. I don't know if we're going to see any at the hands of our caped crusader.
I was going to say, Batman doesn't kill people, so...
Right. Is that the big mic drop that he finally kills somebody?
No, because he doesn't kill anybody.
Right. Do you think that would kind of cheapen it if that was the big moment where Batman actually kills someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he won't even kill the Joker. You know what I mean? Like...
Right. It's not even, he's never killed somebody like outright, I'm killing you, like hand to hand. As far as I can tell, I know it's insinuated that he kills the Joker in Killing Joke, but you never know.
Yeah. I mean, he likes to just break the arms of poor people trying to make some money, loading boxes on the back of, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he is not shy of breaking all of your ribs and your skull and giving you serious brain trauma and you having to eat soup for the rest of your natural born life. But as long as you're not dead.
Yeah. And all you did was, answer Craigslist ads. Yeah. $10 an hour so you could put some food on the table.
All you did was steal a box TV and Batman felt like you should never walk again.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Seems legit.
Yeah. This was, to me, it was big news. I didn't know how far along this movie was, and there's an uncut 3-hour-long crazy version of this movie that's getting nothing but rave reviews by whoever this person is. Now, I don't know if we can trust their opinion or not. I think we're going to see another trailer at Fandome. I think we're going to get a little bit more of a glimpse into that movie, but the hype train's left the station. I'm almost excited for this as I should have been for Dark Knight.
And I'll say, if this movie is like as badass as they say it is, if these motherfuckers don't introduce Jason Todd.
Oh yeah, well, they won't introduce Jason Todd.
I mean, if they make it like a series, if it's a thing,
gotcha.
And it's you don't introduce the Red Hood in a world that's supposed to be this dark.
That was another thing too. They say they're not even introduced. They haven't even introduced the Joker in this universe yet.
See, even. I'm a little hyped about that, actually, because I'm tired of just the same villain.
Yeah. I mean, the Joker could be the most polarizing villain in all of comics. He could be the most popular villain of all time. But we've seen a lot of him. We've seen a lot of different iterations, and more, if your name's not Heath Ledger, people are almost angry that you're showing them to him again.
Yep.
And
Especially if it's Jared Leto.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job. He didn't remind me of my version of the Joker, what I see the Joker as. I thought he portrayed that movie really, really well, but I'm not ready for another Joker yet. I think it's time to cool that. There's so many more villains you could look at in the Batverse. I mean, even him going against Falcone in the Mob. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'd watch
cool.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't always have to be, Holiday Man or whatever the fuck it is.
Calendar Man.
I'd like to
Halloween,
see.
right?
I want the ventriloquist, goddammit.
That's right.
That's what I want.
Yeah. From No Man's Land.
What?
He's in No Man's Land. The ventriloquist.
That's not No Man's Land. What's
yeah,
it called?
it's No Man's Land.
I don't know.
Batman No Man's Land? I'm almost positive that's what it's from.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
That doesn't mean that's what he's from
I
specifically.
thought you were talking
but
about
he's
your
in.
Long Halloween.
No.
comic.
That's a whole different one.
Mm.
Yeah, No Man's Land. He's in that one.
All I know is October is coming pretty soon. We're going to get more info. We're going to get more trailers. We're going to let that hype train leave the station as of now.
Right
I don't know if it'll lose steam, but as of right now, the trailer was absolute hot fire. This reaction has got the hype train at full speed. I'm excited to see that. Don't introduce any other DC characters, just Batman and the Batverse. Leave it be what it is. Don't show me Ezra Miller. Don't give me anybody else. As of right now, I want this thing to stand on its own 2 feet. Matt Reeves, our hopes are in your hands. Our hopes are in your hands, dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful, wonderful Labor Day. We will see you next week with more stuff, probably a little bit like this, a little bit of comic book news, a little bit of A-plus personalities. It's good to see you. Enjoy your families. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Boom.
Lozenges. Lozenges.